Hello everyone, welcome to the World Economic Federation podcast. My name is Franklin Owen, and today we are joined by a very special guest. Most of you have seen him on your TVs, on YouTube, and today we have him here to tell us what we don't see on YouTube, more about him and what he believes in and stands in for in life. So welcome very much, Wellington.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, kindly introduce yourself to the viewer.
Yeah, my name is Wellington Ongori. I'm a Kenyan, and I'm here to be interviewed by this guy. I'm so grateful, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. So,
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, man. So,
Yeah.
briefly, maybe you can tell us, like, who is Wellington?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what did you do? Where do you come from? So
Yeah.
if you're free sharing this.
Exactly. I'm free. So Wellington is first I'm a Kenyan. For my childhood, I come from a place in Nyanza. Don't want to say that place.
Oh,
So we had a short, stay in Kisumu. So that's where I attended my preschool, and then we moved to Nairobi. So we stayed in a place called Kawangware, if you know it,
yeah.
for the longest time. So from class standard 1 all the way to Form 4, I was there for my stay. And for my primary education, I studied at a school called Waldorf Academy.
Oh, yeah.
And then from there, I joined secondary school in Migori.
Yeah,
You know Migori?
Yeah.
A place called Rongo.
Yeah, I know wrong.
A school called Kanyawanga. Maybe you might know it.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, so I was there for 4 years. Then from there, then I joined university, where I studied journalism and media studies at Chuka University
Oh,
in Tharaka-Nithi. You know Tharaka-Nithi where?
yeah, I know. I actually know up to Chuka University.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that is where I studied journalism 4 years.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, roughly after you finished journalism, what did you do?
So for the start, first I used to be in radio. I used to be a radio presenter, because where we guys were, where I studied, Chuka University, there was like a studio, the Chuka University studio. So that is where I was for roughly 2 years. And then after I finished my university, then I ventured into voiceovers. So I was doing voiceovers for radio station IDs, if you know it, the jingles and everything. So there's like a radio in Meru. It's called Tuliza. So I was like the guy who was doing the voiceovers there. Yeah.
So before you joined the Tuliza, like in university, which like topics were you discussing on radio, or did you have like a sports show, or in which category?
So the university is kind of limiting, because your students, just like a community radio kind of thing. But for us, we are free. Personally, I was doing a show in music. It's called African Mashup. So it was just good vibes. Play music, talk what you want to talk. Yeah. And it was just about practice and trying to get get sharp in the presenting skills.
Oh, so you are like a musician, or you could just play music?
You are really a presenter. What you're just doing is facilitating the music and entertaining your audience.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
So after Tuliza and Meru, where did you go?
So from there, I still did a few gigs for several organizations. I don't know if I can mention.
Yeah, it's free. You can mention.
Like the UN, I guess. The UN, I did some voiceovers for. It was animations in Swahili and also Sheng.
Oh.
I also did some other voiceovers for some. I don't really remember, but it was for either it was a World Health Organization. It was about health or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Also some other clients who are basically not like popular, Yeah, so that is what I was basically doing. But then I did that for 2 years. I'm currently doing voiceovers, but then I just decided to do other things.
That was like in 2018.
That was 2020, from 2020.
Oh, during COVID?
Yeah, during COVID.
Oh.
So from, I graduated in 2020, like, was it in December?
Oh, that is like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the bad thing is that we guys never graduated like in a podium. It was
it
via
was
TV.
online.
It was so bad, man.
Yeah.
So from 2021 all the way to 2023 basically is when I was actively doing voiceovers.
Also, you are based in Meru or in Nairobi?
So after university, I stayed in Meru for like one and a half years. Then I moved to Nairobi.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the YouTube platform that we know you now, that you're so popular in right now?
Yeah. So for me, basically, I was looking for a place where I can do what I know best. Because I was applying for jobs in various stations. Yes, I got it, but then there's like a lot of people who are not willing to pay. They're like, we first want to see your work. You get?
Oh yeah.
So like they want you to work for almost a year, man, without pay. I was like, I can't do that because I know what I can do.
Yeah, there's a tendency among Kenyan employers that the employer has an intern for like a year.
Yeah.
So they're just using you, but they...
Exactly.
Oh. Yeah.
And it's quite rampant in the media industry. I don't know why.
Oh.
Like you find a lot of, even the big stations, they like, you just come, but then
you start as an intern.
Exactly. No pay. It's painful, man.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, I can't do that. So I was trying to look for something to do, but then YouTube was not even in my mind. I was just like, what can I do, man? After then like the next step.
Or the voiceovers.
Yeah.
Like what was the challenge with them? They were not common, or like the frequency of the gigs, or you wanted something else to do?
And the voiceovers, like you say, the frequency, like it is not like consistent. Like you're getting gigs on the daily, and then you find like you can get the gigs from a particular client, but then it takes like an whole year for that guy to approve. So like you really wonder, because those organizations don't work directly with you, the client. They work with agencies. And those agencies have like their own protocols and rules.
Yeah, I understand.
So you find yourself waiting for almost 6 months. You can't just sit and wait for pay.
Yeah, you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to do something. Yeah.
So you ventured into YouTube.
Exactly.
So when did you start like YouTube, like open your channel?
So YouTube was on May 2023.
Oh.
Around there.
That's like almost a year. Beyond, just over a year.
Yeah, exactly. A year and a few months. Yeah. So I began. I guess it was on 27th May, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Then 3 days after I opened my channel is when I posted my first video.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your journey in YouTube.
Yeah.
Like you started directly with entertainment.
Yeah, directly.
You done that in university.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the journey in YouTube, was it like a step by step, or you made a video and it went viral and then you got many subscribers and then you continued?
It was a step actually.
Oh, yeah.
What people don't know is that I didn't even start doing Ongori reports. I had like a separate channel where I was doing Swahili content.
Oh.
Talking about diamond platinums, getting like 15 views, 10 views. Guys didn't really care. But then it reached a point where the channel was banned. I don't know, because I was using like music.
Oh,
if you use music and then copyright, exactly.
Yeah, there are usually some copyright strikes.
Yeah, so I had to restructure and trying to find out which kind of content I can do.
So you opened another channel?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I decided to open an English channel, which I was very skeptical about opening an English channel, because when I was in radio, I was presenting in Swahili.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, the Mombasa Swahili, the fluent one.
Maybe you can just do like so to get it, a small clip, what you used to do in Swahili.
In radio?
Yeah, radio.
Sawa. Ujambo msikilizaji, karibu hapa ndani ya radio, zaidi ya radio. Hapa ni ndani ya Chuka University Radio. Kuna wengi ambao wanaanza pale maswali kuhusiana na kibao ambacho nimecheza sasa hivi. Ni kibao kizuri zaidi kutoka Diamond Platnumz. Basi kumbuka zikikuja pale dakika ambazo zinakuja, basi nitakuwa nakupatia vibao vingine kutoka Diamond Platinums, na mimi basi hapa ni Simba. I used to call myself a Simba. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's what I was doing over there.
You're very talented in that area. So I think you should consider opening another channel.
Maybe.
Yeah, it can do very well.
Yeah.
So when you went into the English,
Yeah.
so how was the experience the first few days you turned from Swahili to English?
It was challenging at first, because I was so used to the Swahili.
Yeah, I've seen you're very fluent with the Swahili.
Yeah, I even won an award, the representative of the year. In Meru.
Yeah, you're very talented. You should consider doing that show.
Yeah. So it was a bit challenging, but then for me it was not that challenging, because we used to like speak a lot of English when we guys were in primary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I was also very good at English, in English, I guess.
Yeah, so how was the new space, the English space? Did your Swahili fans feel like you betrayed them?
At first I didn't have the Swahili fans. I was like getting 10 views, 15 views, So people are not really paying attention. Because, if you do content that is just all over, you don't create a community. So people won't know you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, if today you're doing Diamond, tomorrow you're doing Ruto, the other day you're doing Justin Bieber, you're not creating a community.
I understand.
You understand. We talk about that, creating a community, as we go on.
Yeah. So how did you identify like the gap?
Yeah.
The niche, like in YouTube in Kenya, you realize what you're doing was not being done.
Yeah.
So how did you identify like there's this gap in the YouTube industry in Kenya that I can utilize and create that community?
Yeah. So to be honest, I was watching several YouTube channels, not in Kenya, outside Kenya.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, these guys are doing a wonderful stuff. How about I bring that idea
in Kenya?
Yes, and do it in Kenya. So that is how I began.
Oh, that's amazing. So when you did your first few videos, after how long did you realize that your channel was getting bigger and you're getting like a nice audience and you needed to up your game, like to get serious with it and focus into YouTube?
For me, it was like a miracle, man. It was like grace, because the first video I did, it actually it blew, man.
It went viral.
It was the video about Andrew Kibe.
Yeah.
And the story of Andrew Kibe. So guys were like, hey, you guy, you're supposed to be doing like more and be consistent. I was like, yeah.
Oh, it's the first video that you did.
Yeah.
I also saw recently you did another video.
Yeah, about Andrew Kibe. Exactly, yeah. Oh. Yeah. That was the first video that when I was referring.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
So how is the YouTube space? What challenges are you experiencing at the moment, or it's been all a joyride?
No, not joyride anything. You just need to know how to maneuver, because at first YouTube does not pay a lot of money. Because that's why you find a lot of YouTubers in Kenya, they start and then
they stop.
Yeah, they stop because YouTube does not really pay a lot of money. But then if you're consistent, you start seeing the results, because you're not just depending on the AdSense money or on the YouTube money. You're also getting like sponsors and everything.
Yeah. So what's your advice like to someone who is starting on YouTube? Maybe he's getting a few views and he wants to quit.
So for the start, before you start a YouTube channel, you need to have a goal. What do you want to achieve? You've talked about a niche. You must identify what niche you want to venture into. You can't just wake up in the morning, you want to talk about Ruto. The next day you're talking about Justin Bieber. The other day you're talking about Mama Mboga. It doesn't work like that. You say, I want to do political content. That is what you're going to do for the rest of your creation, your career. So for me, I do entertainment, and that is where
you focus.
That is where I focus. I know the goodness about that is that you're creating a community. Because if people know you that you're a political commentator, they'll know that this guy talks about politics. I know that they'd want to hear everything you say when it comes to politics. You get. So the more you identify that niche, is the more you're creating a community, and that community will help when it comes to even viewing your videos. Because if you lack a community, people are like, nobody will watch your content, because people want to watch your first video, your second video, your third video, your fourth video, because they know that you're focused.
That's very true. So you've said that YouTubers,
Identify a niche.
They identify a niche, and you start posting and you keep
Consistency.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you said like what pays you in YouTube is majorly the sponsorships that start coming in.
Yeah.
What are the major sponsorships you've gotten so far? Or what is the great deal you got from your audience on YouTube?
Yeah.
That phone call that you felt, it's changing me.
Personally, for me, there are some people who want to work with my channel, but then it's not what I want to align my nini with, my brand with, So people really support me. My subscribers, people who watch me, they're like, hey, you're doing a good job. Chukua hata 200, chukua 50 bob. So that is how I like those are my sponsors, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, I saw some YouTubers in Kenya.
Yeah.
They were getting some donations, and some even built houses for.
Yeah, you can do that.
The highest amount, if maybe someone has tipped you, someone has sent.
Yeah, but then it comes from willingness. You don't force people. So if you watch my content, you're like, hey, you're doing nice stuff, man. Take this one, Mr. Kata. I'm a human being.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So, is it all love on YouTube, or there are some people who are not happy with the content you're doing, or someone has come out and said, in that video you talked bad about it? Have you received this?
Hey, a lot of people, man. Because, there are some people who have this, following, cult following.
Yeah.
You can't talk anything about the celebrities,
Yeah.
And they must talk. But the good part is that they don't come in my inbox. They're like, hey, what have you said? They're like in the comment section.
They rant in the comment section.
And there is not, it's not that serious. Then there's some people just must talk. So you can't reply to each and every person.
Yeah.
So you just assume.
What about the celebrities themselves? Has anyone ever reached out to you, told you you're doing a good job?
Yeah, a couple of them. Like I mentioned previously, Calligraph Jones was there. Also fellow YouTubers like Presenter Ali.
Oh, they also reached out.
Yeah, Tumbili.
Yeah.
Also, there's a guy called True Watchdog. Those the first guys to
come out and support.
And they're like, you guy, you're doing nice content.
Yeah, we saw Oga Obina was also.
Yeah, Oga Obina.
That's amazing.
Also, Director Trevor.
Oh, Director
Trevor also talked about the channel.
Yeah, that's amazing. So one of the things that you've pointed out in your videos, or rather we've noticed that there are some artists who come up and then they fall.
Yeah.
So what's your advice to artists in Kenya?
Yeah.
What can they do in this new space? Some of the artists, they were maybe a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they're unable to come out in this space, or rather they're dwindling. Yeah. Their careers are going out. What can you advise them? Someone who has been watching this in the industry for the past 7 years.
Yeah. For the artists that I've researched on, like Night Boy, the Gengeton artists.
Yeah.
They'll talk about the harsh conditions when it comes to the Kenyan music. There's no money in the industry. So you find them, they come, they try to build something, but then they realize, kumadi hakuna pesa, there's no money. So they just tap out. So I can't really, what can I say about that? Because you cannot control a market where there's no money. You just quit and go and find other stuff. There are cases where you find an artist has just relocated to other countries to just do other things away from music, because music in Kenya does not make sense.
I heard that Naiboy also relocated.
Yeah, there are rumors. I'm not so sure. They say allegedly.
Yeah, I also heard that.
Yeah. So there are such kind of stories about Naiboy that Naiboy barely quit because of it was a bad contract. that he signed. Yeah. So there's that challenge. But then there's some people are doing it. There's some people are making money out of it.
Yeah, there are some people who've been successful.
Yeah, some people are successful. Yeah. But then a majority of them end up just failing.
So what do you think is the problem with the artistry industry and generally usanii in Kenya?
There's no structure.
Oh.
If you go to places like the US, if you talk about royalties, they have a structure in that. Yeah. If you come to a country like Kenya, there's this MCSK which pays artists 60 bob per month. All artists you've worked at and then you're being paid 60 bob or to 40 shillings.
Yeah,
surely it really demoralizes an artist. You get.
Yeah.
So if we have a structure, a proper structure that ensures you eat your sweat. If you put in 1 million, effort, you get your 1 million. You get.
Yeah.
You can't put a 1 million effort and then you're getting 60 bob. It's unfair. Yeah, so it's just about structure.
So what do you think should be done? Recently we saw like Gen Zs were protesting on the streets.
Yeah.
What have you? What do you think? Do you think it was the right way of doing this?
Yeah.
And how were you affected, like as a YouTuber or as someone living in Kenya, by the protests?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about it?
So protests concerning the music or just generally Kenya?
Generally Kenya. Oh, you can talk about first, like
how to fix music.
Yeah, how can we fix music in Kenya?
Hey, it's a hard thing, man. People have done it for almost 30 years trying to fix it, and they just given up. There's a guy called Ted Josiah, if you know the guy. He was talking about it. They were fighting for the royalties and everything, and they gave up. Yet.
Yeah.
And Ted Josiah is like the pioneer in Kenyan music, you get.
Yeah, true.
But then we can't say all hope is lost. I think I don't know, man. The government is so, as Marara was saying, so corrupt. Not just in the public sector. It all goes to in all sectors. Yeah. So even the MCSK is corrupt. How can you be, if I may say so, how can you be like a director talking about royalties and music? You have never done music. You're not a musician. You get.
Yeah.
Maybe you even did agriculture, but because of connections, you found yourself there. So it's unfair. So for music to be fixed, I think the musicians who understand music or the producers are the ones who are supposed to be there.
Yeah, they should be allowed to come and take.
It makes more sense.
It makes more sense for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like the protests?
The protests.
We saw people invaded parliament.
Yeah.
What's your take on all this? Or you're not a political person?
I'm a political person.
Yeah. I'm
a Pan-African, but they're aspiring. But there's a podcast that I usually talk about politics in Africa.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called The Last Option Podcast.
Oh.
I do it with my bro. And my bro's like the pioneer. Was like, hey, come, let's talk about Africa. So for the protests, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because as young people, I think it's the high time that our voices are supposed to be heard. As people are saying that the young people are the future. No, we are not the future. We're the present.
Yeah.
We the young people. You get?
Yeah.
So if we don't talk, then the boomers, as they call them, they don't really care. They continue just to suppress the young people, as they also want to stay there for long as they wish to get. So I think it's a good step. People are starting to water down the protest, but then I think the right time will come that the revolution now be bigger and unstoppable.
What's your take on issues like the IMF?
Yeah.
They were the ones who, I think, there were allegations that they drafted the bill that caused the chaos in Kenya, but they are still bringing it back.
Yeah.
What's your take on all this as a Pan-African?
As a Pan-African?
Yeah.
Africa can sustain itself. If you read the stories about Congo, they say Congo can feed the entire Africa for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
Congo alone, just Congo. Congo is the richest country in the world.
Yeah, in terms of
minerals. But then, if you look at Congo, they're not benefiting from the minerals.
Yeah, very true.
Just find other countries coming over there causing chaos in Congo. And Congo will never be peaceful because people know if Congo will be peaceful, then
they will not get the
they'll not get the minerals, get. Yeah. So there must be chaos in Congo for other people to benefit. So I think, as you're talking about IMF, we need to uproot ourselves from IMF. We don't really need their loans.
Yeah,
look at what Traore is doing in Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
He cancelled the loans. The guy is doing fine. The guy is launching agricultural, products, giving people free tractors.
Yeah.
Just recently, he was giving people free medication and free surgeries.
Yeah,
it can be done.
I've seen yesterday.
It can be done.
Also nationalize the mineral deposits in the country.
Exactly. Yeah. It can be done. I don't know this notion of African countries thinking that we need a sponsor for Africa to prosper. We don't need a sponsor. It can be done. If Traore is doing it,
it can be done.
Yeah, why can't Ruto not do it? Why can't Samia not do it? It can be done.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So as we move towards the close, now that you are Pan-African into politics, what's your future in the space? Do you consider one day maybe vying for a seat?
No, not that kind of way. For me, it's like I'm passionate. It's not even about being a Pan-African, just being passionate about Africa. Just want to see a better Africa, an African that we all can live in an environment where everybody eats, everybody sleeps, everybody, just finds a better place to stay. You get, because Africa is a very rich continent. Just recently, if you're following on X, people are talking about minerals in Kenya, and all these things, and people are like arguing, how can we have minerals in Sudan, minerals in Tanzania, in Uganda, then Kenya we only have salt. So I think if yes, it is true that we guys have minerals, then I think we are better than what people want us to believe.
Yeah, true.
Because they want us to believe that we are third world countries. Because if you look at the majority of African countries, we are all third world countries. There's no country outside of Africa that is a third world. Is it?
It's only in Africa.
It's only in Africa where they're calling us all those names. You get?
Yeah.
But then we can get ourselves out of there. We don't really need validation from a certain person outside Africa to tell us, no, you guys are doing fine, or you guys are poor, you guys are this and that. You get?
Yeah.
So it just needs Africans for Africa. You get? Like Africa build Africa, fight for this African country. You get?
Yeah.
So because this is the future. We don't have any other home. This is our home.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So we've had some leaders. I think the problem maybe is in the leaders.
Yeah.
The ones who sell out.
Probably.
Yeah, we've seen like some leaders are getting paid, then they take the loans.
Yeah.
It's like the loans are funding them.
Yeah.
But it's the citizens who will pay.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah. So as we conclude, what is your final word to the leaders out there? For example, if you are to talk directly to President Ruto, what will you tell him today?
You can do better. I believe he can do better, because if we go back to his promises, he promised a lot, and we believed in him. I personally voted for Ruto because of his manifesto, his promises. I can do this and that. I can revolutionize the mama mboga, mtu wa boda boda, and we believed in that. So he should go back to his manifesto, to his promises, and just do 10 things. Just 10 things, you don't want much, Asaidia mama mboga, asaidia mtu wa boda boda, ule mtu asla, ule mtu wa manganya. You get? Because he said so. You can't promise something and then you don't deliver. It's very unfair. You get?
Yeah, true.
So I believe he can do better. It doesn't need time. He can do better. Need to start now.
Yeah, and yesterday I think he was in South Nyanza, Homa Bay, I think.
Yeah.
And he promised the fishermen that he would buy them a helicopter.
You also talked about something being a city.
Yeah, that
is it? Was it like
Homa Bay a city?
Yeah. Hey, but hey, I can't say much. Hey.
Yeah, so I think as we conclude,
Yeah,
maybe what is your last word to your fans,
yeah,
your family, your friends?
yeah.
Yeah, just a one-on-one with them. Look at the camera and tell them something as you come.
So first, I start with God. God has been grateful. Without God, I wouldn't be here, and I'm very grateful for what God has done to my life. Second, my family also very supportive. When when I was starting this thing up, they was like, "Hey, you just do what you'll do." And then my fans, very grateful, man. There's some people like each and every single day they're there to watch my stuff, and I don't take it for granted. I'm very grateful for all those subscribers, all those fans who reach out to my inbox and just encourage me. I'm very, very, very grateful. And I promise in the coming days I keep on making more videos and making more content for you guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ongori, for joining us in this report
Yeah.
and this podcast.
Yeah.
We are very grateful,
Yeah.
and we can't wait to see you and to see much more of your content as you continue posting.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the good work.
Yes. I'm also very grateful, man. This is like the first interview I'm doing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, we hope many, many more interviews will come.
Yeah.
Because the work you're doing is very excellent.
Yeah.
To our viewers out there, thank you for joining once again in the World Economic Federation podcast. Be sure to check out our website at theworldeconomicfederation.com, and remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Peace.